Welcome back to Path of Exile 2 Complete Beginner's Guide. So we have completed part 1 and part 2 where we actually got ourselves familiar with the game. We discovered how to go through the maps. We know already what the items rarity are. So we'll continue through the quest line, continue with the Act 1, and we will complete Act 1 in this video. Okay, so once we talked to Renly, we accepted the quest from him, that which is travel to Orkham village. However, before doing so, we need to go back to the Grillwood. Once you're back in the Grillwood, you can complete the map through again, so you can get additional farm. And here's the entrance to the Green Triangle. Once you're in the Green Triangle, you can summon Una and she will open this way for you through these trees. You just clean out Grim Triangle. Okay, throughout the Grim Triangle you will find another boss. We just go and kill him. Okay, that was pretty easy. Again, I just want to remind you that teleporting through the portal to your town, it is part of the game. So once your inventory is full, you just go through the portal to your town. And this is part of the mechanic of the game where you gather materials. So get into routine doing that. Don't leave your items on the ground. This way you will gain more materials that will prepare you better for the next location and to the end game. Keep an eye on your uncut skill gems and also support gems, uncut support gems, so you can keep improving your skills. Okay, once we kill the boss throughout the Grim Triangle, we need to find another entrance so we can continue through the game. And here we are. So we can continue through the quest line by going to Cemetery of Eternals. Okay, we talk to this guy, we continue with the quest line, and he gives us another quest. Okay, and here we found our first charm that you can place on your belt. We just drag it over here, and as you can just read through and see that it just gives us 25% to fire resistance. And also it consumes, so it's got charges like a flask, but it just works in a passive way. You can't really control it. It consumes charges of this charm to protect you from the fire once you get a fire damage. Okay, and then also it will refill itself once you improve the item. Once you can upgrade it to the magic item, and also it will refill back in town. So this is basically how the charm works. You will find different charms throughout the game. There will be fire resistance, cold resistance, lightning resistance, and so on. Okay, the belt can hold up to 3 different charms, and we will find those belts later in the game. Also, we have found our first jewelry, our first ring. You can just read through the description. It just adds 1 to 4 physical damage and attack. 1 to 4 physical damage to our attack. You can also upgrade your jewelry with your orbs. We will do it when we get back to town, but for now we can just wear it. Just the same as with armor, there are different types of jewelry that you can wear. There will be the ones that you'll find that suits better for our class. You know, for example, this one adds physical damage, which is already okay, but hopefully we'll find something better that is dedicated for the ranger class. You can just read through and decide which one's better for you. Just continue through the cemetery and find those quest items. Here we found our first entrance into the tomb. This is where your first quest item will be. Once again, once your inventory is full, go to town. Don't leave your items laying on the ground because you're missing on the materials. This is part of the game. This is the game mechanic where you gather your materials. So you need to enjoy this process as much as your battlefield. Okay, this takes literally under 1 minute. You go and disenchant the items to gain materials. The ones that you cannot disenchant, which are normal items, you just go ahead and sell them. drop off your materials to the stash and continue through your quest. It took us under 30 seconds. As I said, this is part of the mechanics where you gather materials, so just do so every time your inventory is full. Okay, and here in this corner of this tomb we found this rare monster. I wouldn't call him boss, I think this is just a rare monster. We just kill him and see what he drops. We are running out of flasks, we gotta be pretty careful here and dodge his hits a little bit more. I have to admit, this fight is pretty tough. Probably as tough as some other boss fights. That was a really close call, however we managed to kill him. Okay, he's got some decent drop, he gives us another charm, so this is the charm that's got lightning resistance. We will go back to town and we put in our stash so we can prepare ourselves for the next locations. So basically this is how your charms work, you just prepare yourself. If you go to the location and you die from your lightning damage or fire damage, so you can go back to town and prepare yourself for the next fight. Also some bosses deal different type of damages, and if you can't kill him, if you die constantly, you just go back to town and prepare yourself. Okay, once we emptied our inventory, we just stock our materials again, and we keep our charm if we need it for the later locations. For the locations that deal most of the lightning damage, so we can use it to gain 25% to lightning resistance. Okay, as I said before, try to keep your stash organized so you don't get lost in it. So we have our materials on page 1, we have our runes on page 2, we can also have our charms on page 2. There's plenty of room for now. We can keep the other 2 pages for something else at this stage of the game. So here we found another checkpoint, and most likely it's a boss fight over here. So this is one of the boss fights in this location, so we can gain one of the quest items. She deals magic damage, so we'll try to dodge these circles on the ground. We just keep dropping our arrows on the ground so we can deal actually more damage to her with our lightning. Try to dodge them. Once she spawns this, you just break it through and run out of it, because this is where she's gonna deal a lot of damage. As you can see, she deals quite a lot of damage, so some of the boss fights can be quite difficult in this game. You just go back in again. But if you also feel that you don't have enough power for the boss, you can go back and just farm the monsters you have already killed so you can level up. But we'll just tackle her again and see what happens. While she's casting that spell, we just hit her and we kill her this way. Okay, she does drop a fair bit of items, which is great. We just pick them up, including our quest item. Okay, so remember in previous parts we had those obelisks, and I told you there will be similar objects throughout the map. So here it is. Here we found another one. I just suggest you clearing all the monsters around it, because once it spawns its own monsters, it can be quite challenging to kill all of them, so we just need to create room for ourselves to dodge and run around. Okay, we can prepare to the fight. We can throw these arrows over here. Just click on it, and it will start the fight with new monsters. Once you defeat them, there will be a decent drop. Hopefully we don't die. Make sure you do your best to not die, because once you die, you will not get any items, and that thing will not respawn. So you need to try your best to kill them all. Otherwise, you're not missing much, you're just missing on some items that is going to drop. Okay, once we kill them all, you can see it drop some great items. Okay, and as you can see, we found the bow with one slot available for the runes that we have. Okay, so we can just identify this bow, and also we can upgrade it to the... we can add one more modifier. Okay, and this way we can also equip one of the runes that we have already in our stash. You just drag it and drop it in this slot, and we can equip this bow. Okay, the old one still gives us more damage, however we will keep this one in case we can upgrade it to rare item. And this is the first time that I suggest you keeping one of the bows, because it's already got the rune that you cannot remove, so you can just keep it on one pages of your stash. Okay, we found the checkpoint here, and most likely there will be entrance to another location to find the quest item. Okay, exploring this sort of locations can be a little bit different to our normal, because they come in the form of the labyrinth, just like caves that we discovered before. So you can just go through them in any direction really you want. Make sure you discover all of it before you progress through. Sometimes you find places like this that say stairs. It will take you to the another level of this location, which can lead you to the progression of the quest, or sometimes it could be just rooms with a lot of gold. Here we found another strong box, so we basically just open it and kill all the monsters so we can get some really good items out of here.
That would only slow me down.
And here's another checkpoint and another boss fight to find another quest item to progress through the quest. Just prepare ourselves for the fight. Throw these arrows on the ground. Okay, he spawns the ghost of the previous boss, so be careful dodging those skills. Okay, and here we've got another key piece to complete our quest. As you can see, we found really great armor piece that requires 24 dexterity. We can just go and double check our hero. We have 50 dexterity, which is plenty to be able to wear this. As you can see, armor can have up to 2 slots for runes, so we can go back in town and we can equip it. First of all, we need to identify it, then equip it, and then we can slot some runes into them. As you can see, it's got just one modifier, so we can add another one. Okay, which is great already. Unfortunately, we can tell that in stats you can see that it requires level 11 to be able to equip it. Unfortunately, we are level 10 at this stage. So this is pretty good piece of armor, so we can just put it in our stash and keep it there until we reach level 11. Okay, so this is how you find your better items, and if you're not ready for them quite yet, just stash them and you can come back to it when you are ready. Okay, we're just back to the Cemetery of Eternals. We just need to find those gates again. This time we've completed this part of the quest quicker, so the map hasn't reset yet, which is great, so we can just go back to our waypoint and continue through the quest. Okay, so perfect. Once we've completed and gained 2 pieces of the quest, as you can look in your inventory, there are 2 key pieces. Once we got them, we can come to this gate over here and open it.
It's open! Praise the first ones! What is this?
Once this dude goes to the grave and discover that his family is dead, he will go furious and will try to kill us. And here's our boss fight. Okay, and to progress throughout the game, we need to travel to Orkham Village. You can see this quest item, the ring. We just need to take it back to Una to be able to progress in the game. Okay, once you found this ring, she will be able to heal our hoodie one, and he is quite important NPC in the game. So the hooded one is another NPC that is quite important in our routine of the game. So when we go back to town through the portal to empty our inventory, we talk to him first, we identify our items, and then we go to Una, disenchant items, and then sell items we don't need, stock our materials in our stash, and then go back to our quest line. Okay, you can travel to the hunting grounds after you kill the boss, so you can continue with your quest line. Just remember, when you get to the new location and you're not sure what the location's got for you, you just open your world map. So here we are, and we just need to make sure we find all the events that it's got. So it's got one boss, it's got another boss, and it's got some ritual altar. Okay, and here we found the entrance to the Orkham farmlands. As you can tell, if you don't have to go through the boss to get to the next location, it means these bosses are optional. However, as I said before, some of the bosses will give you some really good buffs that will help you throughout the game. So I strongly suggest you actually to go and kill them. It's up to you. If you just want to fly through the campaign, it's up to you. You can just go ahead and do so. But this is just my preference. I'd rather to have all these boxes ticked and make sure I have the strongest possible character to go into the next location. Here we found the spirit. We just follow it and clean all the monsters. Here's our main enemy. You can see it's got purple color, so it's got that spirit in it. Once we kill it, we get all those items. Here we are, and we also got another level. We actually got 2 skills available now, so we can actually go ahead and equip our armor that we left back in town. Because we reached level 11, it's not gonna show anymore on the armor in red, so you can see level 11 is required. We can just put it on. And also, if you're unsure which armor is better to wear, you can always open your character menu, open your inventory as well, and when you place different armor on your character, you will see that we've got armor, evasion changes here. So this is how it affects your character. Okay, and we've also got 2 slots, so we can also slot in our runes. We just look through and see which one is better. So this one is pretty good. It adds us dexterity. We just need to look at the armor. If we want to put the rune on armor, we need to look at the armor description here and just ignore your wand, staff, or weapon. So this one, fire resistance, strength, dexterity, intelligence. There's nothing wrong having extra strength because it will give us some extra stats. We can just hover over strength with pressing Alt and see what strength gives us. So strength provides a bonus of 2 to maximum life per 1 strength. Okay, so basically we just get more life if we equip strength. So there's nothing wrong to have strength equipped even if we need dexterity. So I will just go ahead. I don't have much more options at this stage, so we will have to put dexterity and strength. Don't worry, you can always replace runes with other ones. Just remember, we cannot take them out. So once it's there, we lost it for life. Okay, you can't take it back, but this is okay. We will find a lot of runes in the future, and also we will have currency market available with Finn. We've got some quest marks on top of them. We'll go ahead and talk to them and see what they want. Okay, so sometimes throughout the game you have optional quests available. When you see these yellow marks on top of the NPCs, you go and talk to them. Even if you don't go and talk to them, but you still find the items that they require throughout the map, you bring it back and the progression will remain the same. Okay, once the hooded is back and alive, he will be always standing over here, and Una will go back and sit on the chest over here. Just remember, once we got our items, the first thing in the town, we go to hooded one, we identify items, and we go to Una and disenchant the ones that we can first, and then sell the rest of the crap that we don't need. And just continue discovering hunting grounds. Okay, here's the checkpoint, so there must be something ahead. And here we found the entrance to the Fraying Thorn. Because this is additional location in this game, we just go in so we can sort of think about it. We found already the entrance to the farming grounds that if we look on our map, we can see that we are here, and the main progression through the quest is to get to the farmlands. So we can sort of think, if we go to Freyton, this is pretty much one area that you go in and out back, so you can then continue through your main quest line. So I don't mind just going there. But before that, I might just clean this area and kill these bosses first and make sure I tick all these boxes before I go to another area. So then I don't have to go back and try to find them and kill all those monsters again once the map reset. Here's another checkpoint. So as you can see, there's just the... it's a mini boss. It's a rare monster on the map. We can just go ahead and kill him. Okay, once we picked up all the items, we can see that one of the boxes has ticked. And here's another checkpoint, and it tells me that there's something important. I believe there could be another boss fight. And here's the boss on the hunting grounds. This is another optional boss that you don't have to kill. But I suggest you going ahead and killing it. It will give you some permanent buffs or some really good items. For some reason he runs away, we just follow him up. Okay, now we're sort of locked in this little area, so we need to make sure we dodge him. We can still deal some damage to him while we're following him. He takes us to this little locked area where we'll try to finish him off. He's stunned and we just finish him off. He drops off this book, the quest item, which grants us 2 skill points. We just continue searching through the hunter's ground. We still have another box to tick. Okay, and as per usual, we have discovered all the perimeter of the map. We just go through the middle and hopefully we can find that altar. And here's our altar. So it's one of those items that you can open and spawn some monsters, so you can get some decent materials out of it and items. Okay, we make sure we prepare ourselves for the fight. Throw these arrows around it. Open it up and go ahead. You can see the area around it sort of darkens, so we can't go beyond this area. So we can just continue dodging and keep killing these monsters. Okay, so this was part of the Finn's quest. Okay, once we completed altar, we can see that we ticked all the boxes on this map, so we can just go ahead and continue through the different location. Before we continue through our main quest line, we just go to Freythorn and complete this quest line. We can see there's another boss fight over there, which makes me quite excited, so let's go there and clean it up. Okay, here's the Freythorn, so we just go through this location. So just like in the hunting grounds, we need to find ritual altars and clean them up. Okay, we support Finn and talk to him.
I can't believe, please.
And he'll just tell us to keep going and clean more of them. Okay, and here we found another helmet for us that has got more evasion rating than the one that we have. However, our helmet's magic item, but don't stress, we can always upgrade normal item to the magic item. We just go to our stash and use our Orb of Transmutation on our helmet. It's added at 1 modifier, so we can just add another one. Great, we just upgraded it and we can wear it instead of the one that we had. Perfect, and this is the way how you improve your weapons and your armor throughout the game. So you just continue to travel through the quest line and upgrade your armor. Same thing with the boots. We found the boots that has evasion rating 38 compared to the ones that we have only 15. We just equip them and we can go ahead and upgrade them. And here's another altar. We prepare to the fight as usually. Perfect, and we just need to find another one to complete the quest from Finn. Here's the checkpoint that tells me if we found the final location. So hopefully this will initiate the final boss of this location. And here we are, we found the last altar that will initiate the boss fight. Okay, so once you found this location over here and it doesn't initiate the boss fight, it means there will be another altars that you need to discover first. So once you find those, you can come back over here and this altar will initiate the boss fight. But just go ahead and find the rest of them. Here's another altar. Hopefully after we clean it up, we can initiate the boss fight. Just make sure you don't run yourself into the corner so you don't get stuck, so you can just get yourself out with this skill. Make sure you stay on top of your mana as well. So that laugh probably tells us the boss is ready to fight us, so we just go back and find him. Okay, so you can see this altar is available now. Once we clean the rest of them, we just prepare to the fight. Okay, it might take you a few attempts to kill him. He's pretty tough boss, I have to admit. We found another quest item. This skull, there is consumable item. Okay, so this skull gives you 30 maximum spirit. Okay, and here we found our first uncut spirit gem. So this is basically what those spirits used for, the ones that we just got from our quest item. If you right click and you can see your buff skills gems available. So they are the skills that you can activate that will buff you permanently throughout the game. However, they require some spirits. We've got already 30 spirits available to us, so this is pretty good. And as you can see, these skills, if you hover over them, they'll tell you that reservation for the skill spirit is 30, so you will need 30 spirits available to be able to activate these skills. We have them, so we can just go ahead and choose the ones we want to use. And we found another life flask, which is better than the one we have. We can go ahead and equip it. And because this flask is a normal item, we can upgrade it to the magic at our stash. And then equip another modifier. As you can see, we have another Regal Orb available now, so we can upgrade our items. So we get those from the shards that we get disenchant from our rare items. Once we get 10 of those, this is how you get your Regal Orb. Okay, so now we can go ahead and upgrade one of our items. Okay, helmet is the magic one, so we can just go ahead and upgrade this to rare. And we got 3 modifiers. We could add more modifiers if we get another orb, so we can add more modifiers to rare item. And we will store this charm for now until we need it. Okay, at this point we just look at our map and see what other quests we have available. We have completed our Freythorn and we completed everything on the hunting grounds. Once you're happy that you completed everything on these maps, you can go ahead and continue with your quest. And as you can see, because we were away from the hunting grounds for quite a while, the map has reset. Which is okay, we just go through and find the entrance to the to your farmlands. Here's the entrance, we're not gonna procrastinate, just go through. In Farmlands you will find another rare monster fight and also Una's hut to complete Una's quest.
Storming our
Here we found the entrance to Oakham village. We just continue until we tick all the boxes over here and find Una's hut as well. Once we kill this wolf, you can see that the crop circle has ticked, so we've done that. The only thing we need to find Una's hut before we proceed to the village. Okay, and here's another checkpoint and we found Una's home. Once you find Una, she gives you another book so you can get another 2 skills, passive skills available. You just consume it and here you get another 2 passive skills points available. This way you completed Una's quest as well. All you have left to do is just go to your village. Once you're in a village, you can finally find Renly's tools. Once you found them and take them back to Renly, he will set up the bench for us, so we can start using the bench of getting materials. Once you found one of the checkpoints, you found Renly's hut. You just kill a couple monsters on your way. Once you're here, you will find the rare monster. You just kill him. And then you find smithing tools to take them back to Renly. You go back to town, talk to Renly.
This hooded one is here on your honor. You found my...
And this way now you have the salvage bench available. So what is the salvage bench? Just like you used Una before to disenchant your items, like so you could gain additional materials, like different type of shards and other materials. You can go to salvage bench, open it up, and now you can salvage equipment that have quality or sockets available. So the ones that have these sockets for runes, you can just press on them like so, So once you've done that, you get access to new type of materials that you can use to improve quality of your armor and weapons, but also you can get another type of material so you can actually build those sockets for runes that you have in your stash or in your inventory. Okay, so at the moment we don't have enough of them, but once we progress enough in the game, you will see once you build enough of these shards, you will have another type of material that you can use to build the sockets or improve quality of your items. Okay, once you have your quality items available in the stash, and if you destroy them in this bench, you will have materials that you can use straight away to improve the quality of your equipment. As you can see, out of Artificer Shards, you can get Artificer's Orb. Okay, so, and they're used to actually create sockets on your weapons and armory. So you can just right click on it, and then you can choose the item that you want to create a socket for one of your runes. Right, for now we'll just equip the socket on our bow, and this way we can, now we can place our rune there. Because we're using lighting damage, I think this rune is great for us, that adds additional lighting damage. Okay, now you can see on your weapon in the white writing, you can see the rune that you added adds extra benefits to your weapon, along with the modifiers that you have. Okay, once you get past this checkpoint, you get to the Courtyard of Death, and this is where you meet the Executioner.
Stop. Just wait. Surely we can.
Ranger, you have been sentenced to death.
Fate will take you, bastard.
That execution will be your last.
Fury.
Nowhere to run.
Nowhere to run.
Guillotine. Clutch. Down, throat out. Guillotine. Take their head, or I take yours! Kill that criminal!
The axe edge is dulled. Count Gino's mongrel is not.
Once you kill everything over here, you just go up the stairs and free this woman with a lever. Okay, once you talk to her, you've got another entrance through to complete the Act 1 to the Manor Ramparts. Before you do that, you can open the map and make sure you've got everything cleaned. So here we find the woman that we just freed.
For what it's worth.
We talk to her and she gives us Uncut Skill Gem level 5. Now when we have access to the skill level 5, you can clearly see that if we go in lighting damage, even here level 5 skill converts 50% of our physical damage to lighting damage, so we are slowly converting our physical damage into the lighting damage. So this is point of the game where you actually can start thinking, okay, is this what I want to do? Is this where I want to head? You know, and this way, once we learn these skills, you need to go refer back to your passive skill tree, and here you can have a look now and sort of connect together your skills with your passive skills. Okay, so if you're learning your lightning damage, so now you need to go on the tree and find your lightning damage actually. Okay, so this is sort of thinking you need to have, and so your skills, the way you learn your skills, the way you decide to go, whether it's poison or your lightning or some other wind damage, for example. So you need to support those skills with your passive skills. So this is basically how the game works, and this is how you build your unique character. We're not gonna dive deep into this. There's plenty of other tutorials who tell you how to, I suppose, build the best, the strongest hero. I will let you decide yourself which way you want to go, but this is basically how it works. So you choose your skills that you want to use, and you just support them with your passive skills on your tree. Okay, so we can hear how it works. You can just go in your search bar and type in lightning, and now you can see that on a tree we've got some lightning skills available and highlighted. So if you look at them, 10% increased lightning damage, 10% lightning damage. So basically some of them will have lightning damage and something else. So this is pretty much the way the passive skill tree works. So if you want to get here, now you can sort of see the road you want to take. You can go through here, or you can go through here. On the way to these skills, if you want to improve your lightning damage, you can also see what's on the way, and if you go through this way, you can just turn this way and learn some extra skills. And this is beauty of the game. I can't really tell you which way you want to go. I'm not gonna tell you which way to build your character. You have to decide it yourself. But this is basically how it works. I will decide it for myself once I gain another couple of passive skills points. At this stage of the game, I'm not gonna bother too much and just keep going. Once you talk to Ladies once again, she'll give you another quest. You just accept it, and here you get your final quest. So you basically go back to through village to Mana, where you find your last boss and kill it. You just go back through the portal into the Mana ramparts and discover the whole area until you find the next entrance, so you can complete your quest line. At this stage in the game, in Act 1, once you open the hooded one and also you opened your salvage bench, this is going to be your routine once you get back to town. First of all, when you go through the portal with full inventory, you go to your hooded one, identify your items. Next, you go to your bench. Okay, and you salvage all the items that you have available with the bench. We don't have any items available at the moment, so next step we go to Yuna and we disenchant all the items available. Okay, we disenchant all the magic and rare items unless they are better than the ones that we have, so we can equip them. Once you've done them, you sell the rest of the items.
Another for my collection. Thank you.
Always make sure you check the items you found could be better than the ones that you already have. In this instance, we found the flask that is a little bit better than the one that we have. We can just wear that. Make sure every time you equip new flask, you just go to the well and refill it. We can get rid of our old flask.
I like this one. It seems shadows.
And now we can put the rest of our materials into the stash. So this is basically your routine throughout this stage of the game in Act 1. And this is going to be your routine through Act 2 and Act 3. Okay, how to use the salvage bench to improve the quality of your equipment. We just go to salvage bench, and once we have the armor or weapons that says quality plus, in our case you can see it says quality plus 5%. So now we can use our bench to destroy this item, and this way we get the scrap. Okay, we can use this scrap to improve our existing armor. Okay, so now we open our inventory and we can use this scrap by the right click, and then we can press on one of our armor sets. Okay, we will press it on our coat, and now we can see that we gained 4% quality. So this is how you use your bench to improve quality of your weapons and armor. Once you cleaned up your Mana ramparts, You will find this checkpoint with the stairs. You just go upstairs and go through to the Oakham Manor. Okay, before you go ahead and explore the whole map, open the world and have a look what we've got available here. I really love music through this level. You can hear it's quite epic and you can feel that something big's coming. And here you'll find another checkpoint, and if you go through, you will find the boss that is on this map. I believe this is optional boss, and this is how we kill him. Try to dodge his skills, keep your distance, make sure you keep your arrows on the ground, so you can deal more damage with your lighting. Also try to escape this fire. If you left click him, you will see how his stun bar fills up. This is a pretty good way to get him stunned so you can deal more damage while he's doing nothing. Just dodge this fire. This fight appears to be quite simple, to be honest with you. And here's how we kill this boss. This is optional boss, however, if you kill it, you pick up another quest item, another consumable quest item, which grants you 22 maximum life throughout the game. So this is permanent buff. I suggest you killing this boss. Once you consume it, you get 20 to your maximum life throughout the whole game. From there, you just continue finding the path to complete your quest. So once you find this broken floor, it means you head in the right direction to the next stage of this quest. You just need to keep going downstairs, so all you need to do is just find the stairs. You can slightly see the boss is down there, so we just need to find the way to him. Okay, and here we found the stairs to the lower level. And here we found another broken floor that we can see the boss a little bit closer. It means we are heading in the right direction. On this floor you will find the door. This is different to stairs. You just go through the door where you will find some chests and additional gold. Also there will be Geonor's journal that you can listen through, so you're still connected to the story. This is how the open floor will look like for you roughly. Okay, so there will be nothing specific on this floor apart from that journal that we found. So we just go straight. We just go straight to the stairs to continue to our boss. There will be some quite aggressive monsters here. Nothing different. Just don't get stuck. There will be quite a lot of them, so don't get stuck. Make sure you have room to escape. Also on this floor you will find the door. You just go through that door. And here you find just more gold. And another torture log that you can listen through, so you can stay connected to the story. There will be nothing important on this floor, so you can just continue and find the checkpoint and the way to the arena, so we can go and fight our final boss. So this is pretty much the finish point of your Act 1. Once you complete this boss, you will be able to move on to the Act 2. Let's go ahead and kill this boss. When he casts this is our time to hit him. Ooh, oh my god, we nearly killed him over there. Ooh, that's okay. All we can do is just go back and try again. He will jump downstairs, so we can throw some arrows, so we can prepare for the fight, so we can deal extra damage to him. The fight will be in a few different stages. It's quite easy at this stage of the fight, even though you can still see he deals quite a lot of damage with his skills. That's okay, we just keep dodging them for now. Break the wall, roll out. Then he turns into the wolf. When he disappears, we try to dodge that circle that deals quite a lot of damage. Okay, every time he disappears, we're trying to dodge that. Stay away from this ice circle. He might turn back to the human if you deal not enough damage to him. And then we go to the next stage when he turns into this demonic wolf that deals quite a lot of damage. This is where you need to be really careful in this fight. Specifically from skill when he raises his sword up in the air, which you will see in a minute. This is when he deals the most of his damage and can kill you. So whenever he does this, you just run around and dodge that. Hopefully you survive. In this next stage he will go into the fog and spawn his minions, so you just throw some arrows on the ground, you can clean them up. Also he will run past and try to hit you. As you can see, this fight is quite chaotic, so this is okay, as I said, to die a couple times so you can learn him a little bit more. Once you kill his minions, he'll be back into the fight. Very aggressive boss. Once you see this, start running around. Dodge that. Then his eyes. Whenever he casts his ice spell, this is the time to hit him. Dodge away. When he disappears, run away straight away. Okay, and this is what we need to dodge the most in this fight, because this is what can kill us. Lucky we survived. Okay, and hit him again when he casts his ice spell.
Your pulse quickens.
Back into the fog. Same thing over here. Kill his minions, dodge him running past us. As you can see, this fight is quite chaotic and requires a little bit of skill, but we have gained enough skill by now, so you should understand game to be able to kill this boss. Yes, it's not easy, but no one said it is going to be easy. Okay, so we just continue. As soon as he disappears, we run away, of course into the ice. Try to avoid that. Casting ice, we hit him. Okay, avoid this. When he disappears, we run away. I found it really hard to dodge that skill, however, at least it's not killing us, so we can heal back. He's back into the fog. Once we deal enough damage to him, we get to the final stage of the fight. Everything stays quite similar, he just deals more damage and casts his spells a little bit faster.
Arrow.
As you could tell, he does cast a new spell over here, which does cast a little bit faster and it adds some extra damage, I believe. Our job is just try to keep dodging those.
As night falls,
Okay, he's back into the fog. Nothing new over here, except he just casting that spell from the fog.
may wither and tarry.
But you wouldn't expect nothing less from the final boss in the act.
As cold as death, of baleless misery, the pack won't forget. I smell your blood, and I am ravenous, chilling frost.
We're getting low on flasks, so you gotta manage your health really carefully at this stage of the fight. Especially when it gets to the end, when you get a bit excited and trying to kill him. And trust me, he can kill you very quickly. And here we are. So this is how you kill your final boss of the Act 1.
Allow me to clear your mind, if only for a moment.
Okay, so this is pretty much how you complete your Act 1. All you left to do is just go back to town, talk to Hooded One, and he takes you to the Act 2.
Used it against me. Where has she taken the beast? I found messages from the desert. From the Vastiri? Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness. As you wish.
Here you see the quest mark on top of Friendly and Una, you just talk to them. Okay, and to complete your Act 1, you just go and talk to a Hooded One.
Betrayal of corruption. The Countess has escaped with the beast. Every attempt to control it has ended in...
Congrats, you completed Act 1 in this beautiful game. So we have learned all the techniques that we're gonna carry throughout the rest of the game. The rest is pretty much gonna stay the same, just different quest lines. You've pretty much learned all the routines that you're gonna go through, going and farm up different items, portal to your town, and then disenchant, go to your bench and collect all the materials, stash them, and prepare yourself for the next map, and also all the way through to the end game. Okay, so this is it for this part, and I will meet you in next part where we will complete Act 2 and Act 3, and as well the cruel difficulty, so I can take you to the end game and explain you end game as well. Thank you for watching. If you like this series, please subscribe. This will help me to grow my channel, and I will meet you in the next video.